Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Nutter, president of the TinCaps, and we just wanted to have everybody out here today, fill you in on what we know at this point, take any questions. There's probably a lot more questions than answers right now, but we wanted to be upfront and transparent with the members of the media and certainly our fans. It's been 11 incredible years at Parkview Field. We were only 30-some days away from season 12 starting, and we learned yesterday afternoon that was pushed back. The folks at Major League Baseball, I believe the timeline as it relates to baseball, were the first ones to postpone some events at spring training, and then Minor League Baseball followed that up with an announcement that our season will be delayed to start. It is way too early to know when will that be, how many home games will we end up getting to play, what does it look like. We're just not sure at this point. Like I said, the last 11 years have been some pretty amazing memories and moments that have happened on that field over my shoulder. None bigger than the championship the first year, all the stars that we've sent on to the big leagues. It is our sincere hope, it's our plan, it's our thought that there's going to be baseball this summer at Parkview Field, that we're going to be rocking out there with the Major League stars of tomorrow. When that is, we're just not sure. You can see over my shoulder, there's work being done on the video board. Keith's got his growth blankets out on the field. They're doing all the work. Up until yesterday, we still thought we were looking at the team flying in on Sunday, April 5th. We understand why that's not the case at this point. We just don't know more. And so the guys at spring training were notified yesterday afternoon of a new schedule where the Major League players are going to come in the morning, do all their workouts privately, and then the minor league guys would come in after those guys have cleared out and the place has been cleaned. And it looks like they're going to do that for the next couple days as Major League Baseball works through it as well. Been blessed to work in sports. This is my 29th season coming up in minor league baseball. And to state the most obvious, along with everybody sitting here, we've never had a week like this one. And so I would open it up for any and all questions. I know I haven't said a whole lot yet. I want to take every one of them. I can talk to everybody as a group or separately, whatever you guys want to do, and do my best to answer anything that you have.
What's the health status of the players right now?
The health status of the players, great question. So I asked that question yesterday with a contact of mine that's out in Peoria, Arizona at spring training. It was great. Earlier this spring, our former star, Fernando Tatis, was sick with like a flu or just a bug, nothing like this. And they said right now that the guys were all in, that they didn't have anybody dealing with it. There was one staff member that used to be with us that they just said, hey, don't come in for a couple days. Normal stuff that happens in spring training. In the minor leagues, we're packing 150, 200 guys into a clubhouse, and the major league side, everybody's good out there. And that's the plan, is to keep them good. When I talked to Dylan yesterday, he grabbed me and we were talking about something. I stand in front of you first as a lifetime baseball guy and a fan. Can remember growing up and going to Cleveland Indian games, and that's my team by birth, and the Padres over the last several years, of course. And it's as a fan, there's some sadness, there's some disappointment. That isn't to question decisions that have been made. I'm a minor league baseball general manager. This stuff is way above me, but as a fan, it's tough. But more that I keep going back to is we cannot expose our fans, our players. We just did a job fair the last couple days where we were trying to hire 600 part-time workers. This is a lot bigger than just the game being played on that field. This is about people's safety around the community, and that's first and foremost. Like I say, hopefully we're going to get rocking sooner than later, but no idea when that is. Great question.
Hey, Mike. What's AC's reaction to this news, and what kind of communication have you had with him?
Hey, Mike.
Before you go on, take a step back, because the shadow's right there.
There you go.
Cool. Well, I didn't have a chance to get into hair and makeup, so the shadow probably would help. AC and I have been texting a lot. Anthony is a guy, he's coming back for his 5th year. He was our first 4-year manager. I've told people many times, anybody that'll listen, he's become a friend. He's one of the most disciplined human being I've ever met. So with AC, it's the same. It's, hey, we're working through it. We don't know everything right now. We're going to be coming to see him. The fans will be here when we do get there. Like me, he's also a dad of a couple kids. His are younger than mine. He's working through everything. He's excited. That's home for him. And so where a lot of other people that are down there are displaced from their family and all that kind of stuff, Anthony's able to make that drive every day. So he's in a good spot physically, mentally. He's excited to get here. We just don't know when that's going to be.
Mike, for people who have bought season tickets, I guess kind of what are you guys going through right now as far as the process of maybe issuing refunds for games that are going to be played early on in the season?
Yeah, we're going through all of it right now. And so we're drafting a letter that'll go out to them, if not today, probably Monday, and just let them know. Again, it might sound cliche, but we've been with you the last 11 years, and then I was over at the Wizards for the 10 before that. We haven't gotten into the refunds yet. We will, but we just don't know the impact of it. What are we refunding? Is it 5 games? Is there any chance that games would be added on at the end? Is that we just don't know any of it. So the message that we would communicate today, and then they will get from me, and hopefully after you guys distribute it, it'll be old news, is that we're here. We're not going anywhere. This isn't going to be some money grab. I'm reading stories around about people not getting money back for different segments and aspects that they've spent with hotels and airplanes. That's not what we're going to do. We want them to think of us as the summer place to be, as they have for the last few years. So if it comes to refunds, that's exactly what we will do. If it's tickets to other games or different things like that, we will do whatever they find best, and we're starting to reach out with the people today and Monday.
Will the players be staying at a training camp, or will they travel back?
Right now, originally we had it scheduled that they would fly in April 5th, which is very standard for us. We had it all dialed in. I would meet with them that night. We would do a workout the next day with the media, with you guys here. Then we were going to do a meet the team event on Wednesday instead, because we were opening up in Bowling Green. We were going to drive down the night before. All that was done. All that has changed now. We have no plans at this point of a specific date, for them to fly in here, because there's just so many unknowns. We will not see them, in my opinion, until we know an opening day and a schedule and things like that.
You've been in baseball, you've been in sports for a long time. Do you ever remember a situation that even comes close to comparing to this?
No. Obviously, in the time of the year that we play, I was around and working at the Wizards when the tragedy happened on September 11th. We were not in season then. Or no, we actually were in the playoffs then, and they canceled them. But again, on a scope of this, nothing. I mean, I saw that, I think it was the New York Post, one of the New York papers today on their sports section, and it was just the day that sports ended and that kind of thing. I've never seen anything like it. And again, supportive of all the decisions that everybody's made. But from today, Friday afternoon, to what we started at this week, I don't even think on Monday the thought was there about March Madness or things like that. Again, to be clear, not questioning any of that, but it's like it is working so quickly, and it's you hear so many rumors and things out there. Never seen anything like it.
As a member of the Fort Wayne community, what do you think people are feeling right now, and maybe yourself as well?
Hopefully not panic. I've seen some panic. I've seen high anxiety. I'm respectful of both. I think that yesterday I attended the board of the Department of Health, the Board of Health meeting, and it was so informative to me, because I think we all go through life and we've got a hat on, and mine is usually the TinCaps guy and the dad hat and the husband hat and that kind of thing. But you get in there and it's so much bigger than all of us. So these terms that I didn't even know existed until recently, with social distancing and other things that we're hearing, and schools closing and things like that, it seems like everybody is really all in on, hey, we're going to do our part for this. And so with the schools and churches and different mass gathering places closing, hopefully we can minimize this as much as possible. We just don't know what that is. So I think concern, probably. I think there's some fear. And then again, it's so quick, because in December, I don't know if any of us even knew that this existed or was a possibility. I pride myself on being a problem solver and rolling with stuff, but it's been a test here lately.
How do you handle this with your staff, as far as people that are away from the baseball operations side of it? You continue to bring them in the office and get ready for the season, or do you give them a couple weeks off? I guess, how do you handle that?
Another awesome question. We met today with the department heads and some other folks. Right now, everybody's going to come in next week. The facility guys are like, hey, we're going to get ready and prep for this thing like it was going to be the team flying in, like we said before, and that we were going to play April 13th. That is not going to happen now. but they can have the work done whenever. There's a big video board. There's a big hole in that wall up there that Melissa and her team are anxious to get going. So work will continue. At the same time, we are not doing outgoing calls for the foreseeable future for ticket sales and things like that. I mean, it's just, we just started getting all the pocket schedules out and the season tickets out and things like that. And then this came, but we're going to come in at the same time. We have made clear, like you're seeing with everybody around the community, if you're feeling under the weather, you're not coming in. You're not welcome. We don't want you to come in. And then Peter, you touched on it when you talked about the staff. The other part that we're reaching out to today and Monday as well are our part-time people, our game day people. When you come into a TinCaps game or a Parkview Field event, hopefully the fan experience is awesome and things like that, but a lot of times it's our ushers, it's our concession people. My heart goes out to them as well because, you know, they need the hourly work and some of them need the paycheck for that hourly work. Some of them are retirees that just love being out here and they deserve the right to be paid and things like that. But it's, you know, we think of them too a lot now because, you know, we don't think we're going to see them here very soon.
What kind of directives have you gotten from the Padres? Have you been in communication with them at all?
No. So in our industry, because it's all happening so fast, that should not imply anything negative or anything like that. But Sam Gainey, my buddy that's vice president of the Padres and the senior director of player development, every time there's like a rain situation, he looks at me, it's become a running joke, and says, "How's it looking?" Or "What are you thinking?" And he means about the radar. So yesterday I texted him out of the blue and said, "How's it looking?" And he said, "I feel like I'm at Parkview Field down in AC's office with you telling us whether we're going to play or not." He's in the same boat we are, in that we're all learning it so quickly. AJ Preller had what sounded like an awesome meeting yesterday with the major and minor league guys and saying, "Hey, we're figuring it out together." And so there's communication, but just none of us seem to know much right now. Yeah, it's a great question. Right now, prior to the start of the season, we would always bring in one of those very high temperature pressure washers, and I mean really hit this place and hit it hard. We will do that at least, but we need to learn as well what we're going to do. Obviously, with the TinCaps, 70 games at home, huge fan base for that, but we do so many non-baseball events as well, and we've heard, excuse me, from a lot of those over the last few days that they're going to postpone, cancel. The Fort Wayne Downtown Rotary has been one of our probably biggest tenants we've had. They meet every Monday and have for many, many years here. They're going to take this next Monday off. That's all they've said at this point. But as we know, as quickly as things are developing, maybe that becomes weeks. But the cleaning crew is around and disinfecting and sanitizing and doing everything, despite the fact that right now there's not a lot of people coming in. We are going to leave it open right now as a walking and jogging track on the days that the weather cooperates. We feel like we're under the amount of people. Most of the time people are alone. We still want people, again, to feel safe and to get out and be active as much as they can, but we just have to take a look at everything.